Sister Islands, and Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital, always there for you. Call 949-6066.
But I do have some questions.
There are more questions than answers.
Cayman Islands' foremost listeners participation program.
Talk today.
What's on your mind, Cayman? If you're ready to talk, we are ready to listen. Discussing current events and local news, community spotlights, hot topics, listener stories, cultural and historical discussions, environmental issues, fun and lighthearted topics, guest interviews. Cayman, basically anything you want to talk about, we are ready to listen. Here's your host, Charles Glidden.
Coming up, it's Open Line, when you can tell us what's on your mind. We can chat about this, and we can chat about that. So give me a call. Talk Today is next on Radio Cayman. Stay with me.
Talk Today is reminding you
to avoid any statements or comments which are abusive, derogatory, malicious, or defamatory. Do not use indecent language or make any statement that is false or misleading. Call 1-800-534-8255, 949-6990, 949-8037, or WhatsApp us on 925-3261.
And now, back to Talk Today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Talk Today. I'm Charles Glidden. Thanks for checking in with us on a brand new day of a brand new week, and the UK has a brand new Prime Minister, Andy Burnham. Yes, Andy Burnham has moved into number 10, becoming the 5th and 9th Prime Minister of the UK, and the 7th Prime Minister in 10 years for the UK. Yeah, you think we do some changes in government? Yeah, so 7th Prime Minister in 10 years. Well, maybe things will settle down a little bit now, maybe. Yeah, get a little longer run. Who knows? And whether Andy Burnham becoming Prime Minister is going to mean anything to us here in Cayman, well, that remains to be seen. We do know that he's in favor of a wide open register of beneficial ownership. Who are the beneficial owners to all the companies registered in the Cayman Islands, and we don't want that. We have our own little system set up that legitimate interest in someone who is a director or beneficial owner of a Cayman registered company, but he wants like just a wide open thing. This anybody can go take a look just because they're curious. So we'll see how that shapes up. But not only do we not know much about Andy Burnham, apparently most of the people in the UK don't know much about Andy Burnham. They even struggle to recognize him. He's well known in Manchester, in the north, for his stint as mayor of Greater Manchester. But to the rest of the UK, he's pretty much an unknown factor. In fact, recent polling shows that roughly 40% of British voters cannot recognize him from a photograph. Yep. Many people recognize his name, but they admit that they know nothing at all about his actual policies or values or his political vision. So I guess everybody is waiting to see what Andy Burnham is all about. It's said that introducing himself is Burnham's first hurdle now that he's taken office. So we will see how things go here for Andy Burnham and the Labour Party and the UK as a new captain is on the bridge. Well, did you enjoy the World Cup final yesterday? Yeah? Well, I certainly did. My my grandson and I certainly enjoyed it. Kick back in recliners, slice of pizza in one hand and a beer in the other. Yeah, having a good time. Had to endure my wife's comments about my choice of diet, but just come by and another slice of pizza and another beer. Doesn't look like you're concerned about losing weight. So I reply with, oh, don't worry, sweetheart. I won't do this again for another 4 years. At that time, forgetting that the Super Bowl is in 6 months or something. But it was a great match, though. I guess if you're a fan of Spain, kept waiting for that slow burning Argentine fuse to finally explode, but it just never did. Yeah. When they went into overtime, I said, okay, now they're going to come now. They're going to come back. They're going to smash everything up and, win it. And even down into the second half of that overtime was like, okay, it's going to start soon now. They're going to do what they always do, just, snatch defeat from from the other team. And just take the trophy. But never happened. Nope. Spain was just like everywhere, fast and, just totally in control. And I got to say, the whole World Cup thing was great, right? You saw all these different cultures, and the slogan was "Football unites the world." Really a true thing, that's I think really one of the greatest aspects of a World Cup, to see people coming and competing, but also enjoying other cultures. And watching, the celebrations when, especially like after this final match here, one thing that struck me about this football, our football, is the winning. There seems to be such joy, as opposed to like American football. Yeah, they celebrate and everything, but there's this, I don't know, like a genuine, pure joy. It's almost like they're children again, the joy that children have, jumping up and down and hugging and all of that. And it's just so great to see, when a team wins in a tight match like that. And it's, I don't know, I can only describe it as pure joy. American football, you see the high fives and the chest bumping, and they're celebrating, but it's something different about in our football when a team wins and they celebrate. It's just the singing, that's all part of it. And I'm being suggested that it's because it's a world game. And it has that flavor, right? That whole cultural mix of people enjoying each other. You even see children there, and that's just so fantastic. And turning to home here, and on a more somber note. Cayman paid tribute and gave, a final farewell to our national hero, Miss Francine Jackson, on Friday. And she, of course, was one of, the phenomenal four. And who put women forward in politics. So she was well known in her community for her charity and thoughtfulness of other people. And we, have lost another great one. But yes, she was part of that group of four, along with Miss Laurel Watler, who also just recently passed away, and Burdell Jackson and Ethel Cook Bodden, who were the first women in politics in the 1959 general election. So the old guard is fading away, and the new generation moves forward with Cayman into, what else can I say, a brave new world, a brave new Cayman. We're freestyling, and you can be part of the show. You can be the guest star today. Just pick up the phone, give me a call, 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. You can also reach the studio on 949-8037, 949-6990. WhatsApp us on 925-3261. Pick up the phone, give me a call. Let's chat about whatever's on your mind. We're going to take a break. Be right back.
Cineco's parametric insurance after hurricanes is now available for motor policies. Fixed automatic payouts cover incidental vehicle expenses like fuel, cleanup, and minor repairs. No claims, no damage required. $200 for comprehensive policies or $100 for third-party policies. Available exclusively through Cineco and included with all new motor insurance policies and upon renewal for current policies. Visit Cineco.ky today. Cineco. Keeping Cayman covered.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Wouldn't it have been grand if you had purchased land 30 years ago? It may not be 2020, but a perfect vision has never been more clear. Cayman Brac and Little Cayman, poised for growth with an eye on the future. Your land, your history, your future. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Jay and Money and Appleton presents the Jamaica Independence Celebrations on Friday, July 31 at Compass Green with an all-day food fest. Come out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and enjoy your favorite Jamaican dishes. The nighttime concert features Jamaica's #1 comedian, Dufton Duffy Shepherd, local rising star singer Shay, and all the local dancers and performers, and the Kids Talent Contest. Admission is absolutely free with lots of prizes and giveaways. See you at the Compass Green on July 31 for Jamaica Independence Celebrations. Sponsored by Popeyes, Best Dress, Water, Excelsior Biscuits, Maggie, Suppligen, Grace Foods, Wellies, Rodney's Car Rental, White Construction, General Automotive Services, iCool Air Conditioning, Radio Cayman, and Breeze FM.
We should never be this loyal, but stand up and keep strong.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. And I'm here all alone in the studio waiting to hear from you. So, pick up the phone. We can chat about whatever you'd like to chat about. But here's a little fun story I saw in Cayman News Service. Turtle rescued from swimming pool. How would you like that? You decide to go take a swim in your swimming pool, and you go dive in, and there's a turtle in there. Yep, volunteers from the Department of Environment's turtle team, they were out doing their regular thing, monitoring the beach, and they were patrolling at Rum Point. This was Thursday, when they found a large female sea turtle trapped in a swimming pool. And I guess she was looking for a place to nest, maybe. The team was able to get the 400-pound turtle safely out of the swimming pool, which was, of course, no small feat. I mean, you're trying to get that much weight, living weight, out of a swimming pool. But they tagged her before they released her, and apparently this is not that unusual a situation during the nesting season. As we continue to, I guess, invade what is the wild territory of turtles on the beach. This development meets nature kind of clash it happens, and so when the female turtles come ashore at night to nest, there are an increasing number of hazards, and this, of course, impacts their ability to produce eggs for the next generation of turtles. And beachfront properties can, of course, help the situation, because artificial light on the beach or the removal of natural coastal vegetation can leave them disorientated and cause them to crawl into developed areas instead of returning to the sea. If they reach a swimming pool with its edge at ground level, they can fall in and become trapped. So while this turtle is safely back at sea, others have fallen into pools, and DOE, there's a practical beachfront management can help to keep more nesting turtles out of danger. But if you find a turtle in your pool, that's quite a surprise. So I guess you have to take some precautions if you don't want that to happen. You happen to have the privilege of living right on the beach like that. Well, you should be sure that your interaction with nature is not harming any of the wildlife. And also in the news here, we see a story about, of course, this happened a while back, but we can revisit it because, positions in jobs, I should say, as real estate agents, now preserved for Caymanians, and it sounds good, of course, but I really have to wonder how much impact that is going to make. Do you think that's going to make a lot of impact? As it stands, I mean, Caymanians have always been able to become real estate agents, those who like to pursue that kind of career. I mean, I can think of a number of Caymanian real estate agents, and some of them have done really well. And I really wonder whether it's going to mean that any more Caymanians are going to take up that profession, because you have to be a person with that kind of sales instinct, right? And working on commission is not your regular kind of 9-to-5 job, where you end of the month, end of the week, whatever, you pick up that paycheck. You got to get out there and make that sale and get that commission, and sometimes it takes a while to do that. I mean, I know of people who've found that, to be discouraging. They don't want to go down that path. They rather something more secure, even though the rewards may be much more higher selling real estate. But you have to have the patience to work through that, and not only patience, I guess the means of working through the period where you work yourself up to actually getting sales, because just becoming a sales agent doesn't mean that money is flowing the next day, the next week. Takes some time for things to start happening. And from people that I've talked to, I mean, that's the thing that they have trouble with, right? That period of making that first sale. And even after the first sale, you don't automatically, making sales every week, maybe not even every month. But we'll see how that goes. It'll be interesting to see if the number of Caymanians in the real estate industry will be picking up. I think we've tried to protect certain professions before, with not that much success. But we'll see what will be the result here, and if it's going to benefit significant numbers of Caymanians. If it does, fantastic. And speaking of real estate and development that goes along with it, looks like out of the Cayman Forward conference that the government convened with different stakeholders in different areas of development in Cayman, the Cayman Forward Initiative. We should get a genuine, modern development plan, something that's going to set the course for where we go in the years that ahead of us. Because how it is now, a lot of people, developers, environmentalists, there is no guideline as to what people will be able to do, where they can build, what they build, And without that, working from antiquated development plan that is, I guess it's safe to say that no longer relevant to Cayman, and what has happened, gosh, just in the last 5 years or so. I mean, look at what the kind of development that has gone on in just the last 5 years, since the country shut down from with COVID, and then came bursting back. Trucks and heavy equipment and going all over the place, and people saying, "Oh, look at what they're doing to this pristine land." Just running the bulldozer through it. All the trees being pushed over. Well, if we have a development plan, it will make things a lot clearer about what can and cannot be done, and so we need that urgently. And the Sister Islands doesn't even have one, right? I mean, there's one for Grand Cayman, but that's like long outdated. Interesting. When this thing came up, if you recall, they were trying to make, I guess, Little Cayman a World Heritage Site, or and part of the problem was, some kind of development plan, because there are no development plans for the BRAC or Little Cayman. Plans were drawn up, over 20 years ago, well over, it must be, more like 29 years ago, I guess. And that's when ours goes back to also, by the way. But when the plan was presented to the public in 1998, the plans were rejected by the people in the Sister Islands. Brackers especially objected to the idea of zoning. Now, I don't know what the reasoning there was, but it sounded like zoning sounds like a good idea to me. If you have a residential area, someone should be able to come and put down a commercial operation next door to you with, heavy equipment and trucks and all kind of stuff operating next door to where people live. I mean, that's one of the things that zoning does. And they rejected that, but so it remains in constant danger of, unsuitable development in the Sister Islands, Little Cayman, and from this story it's saying, and for this reason, there has been a concerted effort to make the whole island a UNESCO World Heritage Site. However, National Conservation Council Chair Dr. Ian Kirkham noted that a development plan for the island must be in place before this could happen. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Give me a call. Give me your thoughts.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Get ready, Cayman. R&B, HBCU culture, and elevated island nightlife come together for the first ever HBCU Alumni Weekend, July 23rd through 25th. Kick things off Thursday at Bliss with DJ Chisholm from Tampa's 106.5 The Beat, plus special guest Major League Baseball Network's AJ Andrews. Saddle up on Friday for the R&B Rodeo at the Wharf. 4 DJs, 2 parties in one venue with sing-along classics and the Mechanical Bull. Hosted by Babs from Wild 94.1 Tampa and Tiny. Then Saturday, dress in white for R&B en blanc at Bacaro. An elevated evening with a 4-course dinner, welcome champagne, and after party. Grab your crew, plaid your looks, and get ready for Cayman's hottest weekend of the summer. Get your tickets now at CaymanHBCUWeekend.com. Brought to you by Cayman Airways, the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism, and Executive Services.
Greetings everyone and happy birthday Radio Cayman. What many may not know is my journey in media actually began at Radio Cayman. I was an intern there many moons ago. Now that experience actually led to many other doors opening. I gained valuable experience which led to me to excel locally and then abroad. So once again, happy birthday Radio Cayman.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and that's what I want to know. What's on your mind? Numbers to reach the studio, 1-800-534-8255. That is courtesy of Flo. You can also reach the studio at 949-8037, 949-6990, or by WhatsApp, 925-3261. We're just freestyling, and you can be my guest today if you'd like to be. So, just pick up the phone and give me a shout. Looking at the compass this morning, see there's beginning to be some pushback on this 2-tier driver's license fee structure that has been gazetted. And was supposed to come into force, was it September 1st? And a lot of business people, are concerned about this, that they will have to, subsidize employees' driver's license fees. I guess particularly if driving is a requirement for the job, and if it's a big fee, especially if you're going to go for 3 years. But even if for 1 year, 1 year, group 0 to 3. License for a Caymanian is $25, whereas a non-Caymanian would be paying $200. Now, is that too burdensome? There's arguments being put forth that this is going to contribute to the cost of living, and the businesses will have to subsidize the license for workers, like people who have to deliver things and such. We do have a caller on the line, so let's go to the phones. Good afternoon. You are on the air.
Good afternoon.
Hi there.
Yeah, this big Monday, you looking company already?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Had some people booked, but something happened. They had to cancel.
Okay, well that's kind of good. The way that your man should have nobody booking. Everybody should be able to call in anytime you guys are on there. This booking situation saying, yo, I got the money. So what y'all looking more for? Why?
Well, they want to come on and, let you know what they're up to.
I know, I'm just playing with your head. I know it's very hot. It's hot all over the world. The Cayman is getting their share. But tell her when you're going to take out your air condition and drive a while from your house and then take it and throw it off on the highway. That is unbecoming of whoever is doing that. You could have gone a little bit further and take that to the dump.
Wait, no.
Why?
They took their air conditioning out and they threw it off to the side of the road?
Yes, it's on the side of the road, yes. Throw it off on the side of the bush. They do the same thing with the hot water heaters when they're out there doing these little jobs or big jobs, and they get paid to take it out. And you would think that if they get paid to take it out, they get paid also as well to deliver it to the dump instead of making it end up on the side of our road.
Yeah.
That is uncalled for. So they started to throw them out now right there on the Newlands bypass, and that is very unbecoming. I don't know what's wrong with people. They might as well just left it home. If they could drive that distance and throw it off in the bush.
Yeah, because that is a relatively undeveloped road, right, as far as...
Exactly.
So they take it as a dump.
Yeah. And they throw other things out there when they read it, big objects and stuff, But Mr. Charlo, Perry, I think it was, I was coming around the roundabout there, going on to, who's the gas station road, I forget what I call it right now. So when I made the bend around the roundabout, it was just 2x4 piece of wood on the edge of the circle to come where I was going, and I could see these screws into the piece of the wood, into the wood, and I'm like, no, this can't stay out here. I got people out here. This can't stay out here, and I'm out here. And for me to get back to where that piece of wood was, I parked my car up there by them Etaniki home.
Yeah.
And walk back to that roundabout and picked up that piece of wood.
This is pretty busy.
Yeah, it's busy.
You went out into the middle of that.
Yes, and it had about four of these big old screws screwed in with a gun. You understand? There was no screwdriver, them type of screws that go in with the electric guns, And to see that someone dropped that and left that right there about their business. And when I was coming down a while ago, right there between Lion Center, there is another piece of, I didn't see it until I got up on it. I'm like, another piece of 2x4 in the road. I couldn't stop the way I saw it, and it was, I had car behind me. And I'm like, no man, these people is crazy. What are they thinking? Why are they doing this? Why is people carrying their stuff on the back of their truck or their cars or wherever they're carrying it? Why isn't it more secure than just sitting on the back of the truck and like whatever happens? No, they're not gonna stop until one day something just flies off and goes into someone's windscreen. And then what we're gonna do then? Then that's when the government can decide to bring a law in that we can't have this and that on the open back of truck or car or whatever the case may be. I mean, people need to realize that there's other people on the road with them.
Yeah, well, the number of inconsiderate people always amazes me.
And then again, I heard the people is complaining about they got to pay 8 times more than what the Caymanians have to pay. You know what? They're bringing it upon their own self because they can't have everything for free no more. Here is too much of a leisure to get just about everything you want. So I think it's time, and I don't care who like it or not, I think it's time that we, the people of this island, start seeing something for our dollar because we have lost insight of our dollar for some time now. And if that's the only way we're going to save something by being a senior, the few of us who are seniors and driving, so let it be. Let it be, because if we don't start standing up to something, we're going to continue to fall for anything. Anything. And I know you got to go, but I want to say this.
Well, we got a little bit of time.
It is summertime. The workers here like to bring their children home. They came on for the summer break. which is all good and fine and done. There's nothing against it. But when they got to bring their children home and they got to walk to their job with their children back and forth in the morning and in the evening, or if they're in a big building, they end up carrying that child to work with them. I don't understand why these people is so selfish. Why can't we give these workers a vacation that they can go to their country, or if they bring the child here, they can spend time with their child, take them to the beach, do things with them here in the island. Don't be dragging them back and forth to your boss house on a daily basis. Those kids are not really enjoying themselves, and I know the parents probably not enjoying the kids themselves. You know, come by the time they get back home, they're tired. All they want to do is go to sleep. And then the hurtful part about this now, Charlo, some of these rental places, they are so small that they cannot hold some kind of amount of people.
Yeah.
That they bring in.
They can hardly hold one person.
They can hardly hold one person, and then the children got to come and get in that environment. These employees need to give the right word, employees.
The employer.
The employer needs to give these people some breaks to go and enjoy their children too. I know they're here working to the extent.
I mean, they're supposed to, according to the labor law.
But, you know, I don't think they're really being treated fair, especially when it comes to their children want to get a little vacation too. And it's all good and well that they bring them here. But then again, what kind of life did a child have here while mom and me got to walk to work every morning, back home every evening, and by the time we turn around, the little vacation is all over and done.
That's a lot of Jamaican workers have done that for a very long time, and I guess
for a long time.
It's just a matter of being able to see your child during the summer when they're out of school and have them with you, because I mean, it takes a lot out of you to leave your child behind and go look for work overseas.
Exactly. It's a hard pill to swallow every morning. And when your children is out of school, they should have the obligation to go to them or bring them here and have the time off, the 2 weeks off vacation, and enjoy their children without having to go to their boss house and keep their children, and their child is there with them, and it's a little mixed up there because then you can't eat what I'm eating, and it's not enough to share. And I mean, children is children.
Yeah.
Children
Maybe they have some kind of arrangement with their employer. But let's not. I do have to go now.
You go right ahead.
Good to hear from you.
Bye.
It's 1:00, so let's check in with the newsroom.
Yesterday,
Today,
always and forever.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines. Local, regional, international news.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market and Health Services Authority.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. The Cayman Islands Court of Appeal has set its 2027 sessions. In an advance notice, the court confirms 3 sittings, April 12th to April 30th, August 30th to September 17th, and November 1st to November 19th, 2027. These dates will guide the scheduling of appeals next year. In international news, Andy Burnham is assembling his first cabinet as Prime Minister of the UK, with key Labour figures seen walking into Downing Street for meetings to confirm their new roles. Former Northern Ireland Secretary Hilary Benn, Welsh Secretary to Joe Stevens, and Science and Technology Secretary Liz Kendall have each announced on social media that they will return to the backbenches, praising Keir Starmer's leadership and wishing Burnham and his team well. A Downing Street spokesperson says Burnham has also spoken to U.S. President Donald Trump, underlining his commitment to defense and security and inviting the president to visit Manchester in the future. In other news, doctors at the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital say an Australian woman has given birth to rare, naturally conceived identical quadruplet girls. In a statement, the hospital describes the pregnancy as extremely high risk and says the babies were delivered by cesarean section at 28 weeks and 4 days this past month. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
Radio Cayman. More news available at www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter. Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Your Cayman Islands Health Services Authority has been the national healthcare provider of the Cayman Islands for many generations. We have elevated our level of care to ensure you, our patients, have the best possible experience. We offer better access to care close to home with the most locations on all 3 islands, delivering a full range of primary, secondary, tertiary, and emergency care. HSA is a JCI accredited organization, and we are committed to caring for you.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
The Bogue is the 8-kilometer or 4,000-foot channel from the western point on Cayman Brac to Point Asan on Little Cayman. On the 2nd of May, 1987, Jeff Miller crossed the Bogue in 2 hours and 36 minutes. He was later nominated for the Udovan Award for Most Adventurous Swim by the Marathon Swimmers Federation for a circumnavigation swim around St. John Island. Since then, many swimmers, including a former Cayman Islands governor, have continued to swim the Bogue, with subsequent charity events being created.
Radio Cayman is pleased to feature this special Sister Islands historical vignette brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration and Lands. Explore your history, explore your land, explore your Sister Islands.
Housing in the Cayman Islands affects families, renters, first-time buyers, seniors, and vulnerable residents. The Cayman Islands Public and Affordable Housing Policy and 10-year strategic plan provide a coordinated framework to improve housing access, increase supply, and guide phased implementation over time. Public presentations are being developed and will provide opportunities for the community to learn more about the policy and plan. Learn more and get the facts at gov.ky/housing plan. A message from the Ministry of Planning, Lands, Agriculture, Housing, and Infrastructure.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Let's get a weather update here. No alerts, so that's good. In Georgetown, it is currently 89 degrees, feels like 103 degrees, and the winds out of the northeast at almost 11 knots, relative humidity 72%. And the synopsis says the chance of showers remains low during the next 24 hours, except the localized daytime heating may lead to possible isolated afternoon showers. The forecast for tonight, partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will be in the low 80s. Winds will be east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas will be slight with wave heights of 1 to 3 feet. And the next high tide is at 4:03 this afternoon. Low tide at 10:04 tonight. And sunset is at 7:04. And if I can get this to scroll down here, the outlook. The outlook calls for light, dusty haze is expected to intrude on Tuesday afternoon ahead of a tropical wave expected late Wednesday, when there can be an increase in cloudiness and showers with possible thunder through Thursday. And that's how things are looking weather-wise here for the Cayman Islands. And did you hear that news item about the Australian woman naturally conceiving and giving birth to identical quadruplets? 4 of them? Can you imagine the confusion that can cause? when they start to grow and they all look alike? You remember the old thing about, when you have several children, sometimes when you're calling one, you have to go through all their names before you come to the one you're actually calling. Now, having 4 kids that look exactly alike, talk about confusion in the house. Yeah, you have to number them. But apparently, this doesn't happen all the time. Of course not. Identical quadruplets, exceptionally rare phenomenon, and it occurs in roughly 1 in 15 million pregnancies. 1 in 15 million. So extremely rare. They form when a single fertilized egg splits into 4 distinct embryos during the early embryonic development. So one for the history books there. Guinness Book of World Record. I guess maybe she'll get an entry. Because such a rare occurrence. But, well, they did it all in one shot. I wonder if that's is it their first pregnancy, first children? Let me see if I can find it here, because they were delivered by cesarean. And see whether it's their first children or not. But, you can call it a day after that, right? You have 4 children all at once. That's it. Close it off. We've got enough now. Time out. Yeah, you don't have to try for any more. We got our hands full. We better start working on that, college fund immediately. Put off buying anything else. Just put some money away. But wow, 4 kids all at once. That's quite a story there. And let's see here. We're just freestyling here. We got an open line going. And you're welcome to call and talk about just about anything. The numbers to call to reach the studio, 1-800-534-8255. That's courtesy of Flo. And you can also reach us at 949-8037, 949-6990, and WhatsApp 925-3261. And I was looking through some press releases here about this phishing scam that's been in play here. I mean, I've heard a lot about a lot of scams and different things that people do, but this one is a video call. You're going to call someone on a video call, and on top of that, apparently they are wearing like a surgical mask. Now, what? Okay, I'm going to put on a surgical mask, and I'm going to call you, and you're going to follow my instructions as to click on this link and give me your information. Sounds kind of outlandish, but apparently worked on one person, unfortunately. And that's how these people operate, shamelessly, and taking advantage of vulnerable people, because really, the minute you see the surgical mask on a video call and they want some kind of personal information, that should ring bells, send up red flags, and you hang up immediately. But we have a caller, and I hope they don't hang up. You're on the air. Good afternoon.
Mr. Tello.
Yeah. How are you doing, man?
I just completed a tour from 4 o'clock this morning. I went on my feet.
Yeah?
And I walked from the bank this morning, 9 o'clock, Eastern Avenue, and back down to Mary Street and Seafarers Way. It's a lot of memories in those places. And
so were you just taking a stroll?
Yeah, because, when you want to see things, for me, I got to be on my foot.
Okay.
Or a bicycle, because when I'm in a car, I can't see nothing.
True.
But, it's hot. It's hot out there, my friend.
It's too hot.
Down Seafarers Way. It's hot, man. Real. Yeah, so this morning, I was looking at the old fort, and wish that, it looks good like how it is, but wishing that they never had put anything in front of that on the iron shore part and just left that open.
Yeah.
How much nicer that would have looked,
That you could actually see the ocean.
Yes, man. So walking down and just pass through Emsley, because I must stop at the Emsley, and the port right there. Like I said, nothing but good memories there, man. So when I got to the Yankee, where the old Yankee Notion store was, and I'm right alongside the museum now.
Yeah.
Want to go inside, but I don't have the time,
Yeah.
But I remember the old Yankee Notion store. It was a monkey displayed, small, displayed in the window. And every time I'm at the Georgetown, I'd be hurt by that monkey. And she did buy it for me too,
Yeah? So you got your wish?
Yeah, well, so from then, I was fascinated with monkeys,
Mm-hmm.
I was hearing about a different species up in the Congo, a different species of the monkey, born just the other day. Everything black, but his lips is orange. Wow. I just said, well, maybe the human being will change too,
Well, they say we have over time.
Yeah, well, listen to what you were saying with the woman in Australia, but I seen a woman in New York last year, six babies she brought here.
Yeah, but no, the thing is, these are identical.
Yeah. Okay.
Which doesn't happen, except for what?
Yeah.
15, once out of 15 million.
Okay. Yeah, man. So anyway, I think maybe the world was asking too much of Argentina. That trophy wasn't theirs.
Did you enjoy it though?
Yeah. Oh God Almighty, yes. I don't like the Spaniards, but I enjoyed the game. That trophy was not belong to Argentina.
You really have a thing for the Spaniards, though.
No, I do. But see, I read a lot about their past, and I really do like their past, just like the white man. Just like the white man. I don't like the white man past neither. And what he did to maybe ancestors of ours, no man, those feelings don't go away just like that, and some people forget them, but I don't think I'll be forgetting them just like that.
But people change. I mean, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know if the Spaniard or the white man ever change.
Well.
I don't know, my friend. Hey, look, I gotta eat some food, you know.
All right. Okay.
Good talking to you, man.
Enjoy your lunch.
Yes, man. You. All right, cool.
All right. Well, yeah, I know someone else that takes a walk downtown every so often too, or at least he used to. You know, revisiting downtown Georgetown and remembering what it used to be like, and what they used to do. You know, swimming down there in the cove, right there in Hawkesbury Bay, and you know, the Georgetown of yesterday was sleepy little village, I guess you would say, seaside village. You know, the quaint little shops that we had and so forth. But that is long gone. You know, that's what we talk about, trying to set a course here that people know just where Cayman is heading. And who was it? The chairman of the planning authority, Ian Pardo, was saying, you know, we can't continue going in the direction and doing things the same way that we have in the last 50 years for the next 50 years. That we have to have some kind of firm idea of where we are taking Cayman into the future. And, you know, the days of just ad hoc harem-scarum kind of development has to draw to a close. And, you know, we defined what it is that we want to do, what we can do, what you can't do, and where we can do it. Because that seems to be part of the big issue too. That are we going to try and maintain some green space in Grand Cayman? Or are we going to turn it into, you know, another Hong Kong, become the Hong Kong of the Caribbean, where people live in skyscrapers, there's very little green space, just some parks here and there that preserve green spaces, or are we going to have areas where just certain kinds of buildings can be constructed? You know, low-rise buildings where the density, how close that is, how close that we can build next to each other. Or are we going to have areas where there's going to be acreage, you know? Of course, places like Hong Kong, Singapore, you know, all have very dense populations. And I was looking at, during the World Cup, the game with Spain and Argentina, the population the attendance was something like 82,000 people. Now, once upon a time, Cayman could fit in that stadium. The population of Cayman could fit in that stadium, and it would still look relatively empty. But just imagine now, not even our population, the whole population, would outnumber that. And that's, over a pretty short amount of time that we've, gone over the 90,000 mark now. We do have a caller on the line on our WhatsApp. Good afternoon. You're on the air. Hello.
Good afternoon, John.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Speaking of the earthquake they said they had by Cayman a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
they said it was located by the trench.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the exact location, but yeah, it was down to the south of us, from what I understand.
Yeah, well, the trench is 27,000 feet deep. And you see, if you have an earthquake there in the trench, anything over 7.5 or more, that's going to be very serious.
Doesn't it depend on how deep it is, though? Where the epicenter, how deep the epicenter is?
Yeah, it depends on where it occurs. If it occurs in the trench area where the earth breaks off underneath Cayman, that's going to be a terrible something. In 2020, January the 28th, that earthquake felt like Cayman was going to turn over. And that was quite a ways off Cayman.
Yeah, this one was 93 miles south of Georgetown. And it was,
Yes, and the one in 20.
It was at a depth of just over 6 miles deep.
Yeah, the one in 2020 was 8 miles off. And that was pretty bad. So you see, if you have an earthquake that is right under Cayman, or even 10 or 15, 20 miles off Cayman, it's going to be a horrible something. What people in Cayman need to start doing now is fearing God and obeying God's commandments. The love of money is the root to all evil. And that's what Cayman has become.
Well, for some people.
For those that are causing the cost of living to go up and don't even care or have any concern about the poor people who are suffering because of them. And the worthless governments that continue to allow it to happen. And then they started to promote this whole gay pride parade, encouraging children and all that to join the parade. Things that we wouldn't even think would ever happen in the Cayman Islands. I was born in 1969, and I never thought in my life I would see something such worthlessness occurring in my country. And being Ponton, when he became the premier in the first gay parade, he was right up in the front with a t-shirt on, with a big smile on his face. Thank you very much.
All right. Take care. I think we have another caller on the line there. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Charles.
Hi there.
Sir, I'd like to use your program to tell Cayman Water Company, that's Cayman Water Company, I am not getting through to any of their numbers. Can someone please say it so they will know none of their numbers are working? That's
Okay.
Cayman Water Company.
Okay,
Thank
well, they're
you.
hearing you right now if they're listening.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, I hope you are able to reach them.
No, because none of the numbers
Yeah.
are ringing.
So are you experiencing a problem with your water, or, I mean, is it an emergency?
No,
or
no,
what?
no. I'm just trying to update my bill.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right, well, hopefully someone is listening and they're aware of it. I mean, they should be aware if their phones aren't ringing, so, you know.
Yeah, all the numbers have a busy signal.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you take care. Have a good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Same to you.
Yes, you know, one of the callers was talking about how hot it is out there. Well, my daughter has a friend that WhatsApped her a couple of days ago, and she listens to this program, so maybe she's listening. And she was telling my daughter, Chanda, Chanda, it's just too hot. I cannot take the heat. It is too hot out there. CUC is going to take all my money because I'm not turning down my AC. I gotta have that AC and I'm burning it. So CUC is going to take all my money. Yeah, it is indeed hot. And, you know, even in the UK it's hot. Europe it's hot. Hot all over the world. We're all heating up. Yeah, global climate change, temperature change, it's for real. It's 1:30, so it's time for us to take a little break here. But remember, we're just freestyling, and give me a call. We can talk about whatever. Be right back.
Accidents and illnesses can strike without warning. Ouch! When it comes to urgent care, every second counts. At Doctors Hospital, we have a dedicated team of experienced doctors and nursing staff available to you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Don't waste time in an overcrowded emergency room when you need urgent care. Whether it's a broken bone, a severe infection, or a sudden illness, trust in Doctors Hospital's unwavering dedication to providing the best immediate care. For complete urgent care when you need it the most, choose Doctors Hospital, located in Georgetown, 16 Middle Road.
Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands, the ultimate staycation experience. Your culture, your freedom, the land that time forgot isn't gone. It's your sister islands.
Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Water Authority Cayman wishes to advise the motoring public of upcoming wastewater infrastructure works along West Bay Road in the vicinity of Governor's Beach. This work is scheduled to begin on Monday, 20th July and will take place daily between the hours of 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Additional work may take place outside these hours as needed. The works will take place along West Bay Road between the Lime Tree Bay Avenue, West Bay Road intersection, and just south of the Pinnacle condominiums. The project is expected to take place over 2 weeks. To facilitate the works, a portion of the southbound lane of West Bay Road will be diverted to the center turning lane. Traffic control measures will be in place to direct traffic flow. Motorists are strongly encouraged to follow all traffic signs and to drive with caution while in the area. Additionally, the works will require the closure of a portion of the sidewalk in the work zone. Signage will be in place to divert foot traffic. We encourage pedestrians to be mindful and proceed proceed with caution when walking in the area. If at any point the scope of the works changes, the Water Authority will post updates to its website www.waterauthority.ky. We apologize for any inconvenience this may cause and thank you for your patience as we work to maintain and improve the reliability of your wastewater system.
It's here. Multi-year trade and business licenses are now available. You heard right. You can apply for TBLs up to 5 years. Save time, reduce paperwork, and focus on growing your business. Apply online at dci.gov.ky. Apply for your multi-year trade and business licenses today.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back, and we're having open line here. You're welcome to call the studio, and we can chat about whatever you'd like to talk about. Got a little, well, it's not little, it's actually kind of long, but a WhatsApp message here. And it says, "Hi, Chalo, I have some interesting facts I'd like to share with you and your audience. A World Bank report," and it has the link. But it says, with 1.2 billion young people in emerging economies reaching working age over the next decade, only 420 million jobs is expected to be generated, coupled with the fact that we in Cayman face a significant growing population growth of immigrants that now outnumber Caymanians by 2 or 3 immigrants to 1 Caymanian. We only have so many job vacancies available to fill. Of course, our situation is different from what that World Bank report is describing, where you have more people than you have jobs. In Cayman, we have more jobs than we have Caymanians to fill them. So that's like the opposite, right? Anyway, the WhatsApp goes on and says, this demonstrates that we actively have to take measures to protect ourselves with preferential rights, privileges, and laws, like how the U.S. federal government protects their native Indians with specific jobs, home ownership, and specific businesses reserved specifically for Caymanian 60% ownership. We need to come to the realization that we are now having greater numbers of unemployed graduating school kids, along with a growing number of seniors being forced to return back to work part-time or full-time just to keep up with the high cost of living. The most interesting thing that the U.S. federal government does to protect their declining Native Indian population is that Native American Indians have more rights than any other American, and some of their special rights include Native American Indian tribes have rights where land is allocated, zoned, and used only for their specific economic and social development. Is that the reservations? Native Indian tribes are not subject to state laws, which is why they have casinos when nobody else can. Native Indians get various legal and financial benefits, such as special home loan access with specialized mortgage programs that has distinct advantages like lower down payments, lower competitive interest rates, and lower monthly payments nobody else gets. I urge all Caymanians to familiarize yourself with the Native American Indian special rights and privileges. Interesting. I don't know if that can really be applied here in Cayman. I mean, the native Indian tribes, as you refer to them, I mean, it really is a different type of situation. I mean, I wouldn't want to think of us in the same sense that, the native peoples of North America have found themselves in. Because, that history goes back, and it's not a pretty history, it goes back hundreds of years, right? So I'm not sure you could really apply what you're describing here to Cayman. We have someone on the line. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chalo, and to all the listeners.
Hi there.
Yes, sir. Got a subject to talk about the annual Cayman Brac jackpot tournament, fishing tournament, where many boats used to come over from Grand Cayman, and they couldn't have it this year, and I think maybe last year the same, because the dock at Carib Sands was damaged severely. Most of it was twisted out on the side after that passage of that last hurricane on the south side of Cayman Brac.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no alternative place to come, so the boaters didn't come over, so we lost that from the economy of Cayman Brac. That fishing tournament was a very good thing, and they look forward for that. But because the Carib Sands dock is where they used to come inside the reef by the Brac Reef Hotel and come up inside the reef to there and do the weigh-in down at the Channel dock, and then they would come on to Carib Sands dock and wash off their boats and tie up there and remain there until the next morning. It normally used to be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then Sunday there would be doing the Brac Reef. At the Brac Reef, they would have the big celebration down there and prize giving and all that kind of thing. So it was a very good thing for the economy of Cayman Brac. And that's on standstill. We lost that because of the Carib Sands dock being damaged severely. So this is what I have to say. I know the dock was owned by the group there, Mr. Moses Kirkconnell. If the reason for that dock not making any success to getting it built back, it could be, again, an issue with the Marine Conservation Board. It was once a dock, and it was there, and you should not have to get any special permission to build back what was already there. You just go ahead and do it.
What permission was granted for the first one?
Pardon?
What permission was granted for the first dock?
I am not sure about that, but I hope it's really not that is an obstacle like it was with cleaning up alongside Scott's Dock. Anyway, that was going nicely. Change the subject back to Scott's Dock. I got up the last day I worked there. We took out 2 big truckloads of rocks. Even had pieces of wood and pieces of iron that was thrown there from the hurricane, when the passage of the hurricane, and that was all removed and big boulders taken up and placed on the west side of the dock. And we still got some more rocks to take out from alongside, but now it's allowing bigger boats to come in safely without hitting propeller or tearing off the engine foot down on those big rocks that were down below there. So it's very good deep water. I went down one place like 15 feet deep, some places 12, some places 10. So we can get the section of the dock over 100 feet cemented, bulkheaded and cemented, and it'll be permanent, strong sides in the boats. So that would be an alternate place for the boats from Grand Cayman for the fishing tournament, because a lot of them could tie up alongside there, but they don't have any water facility for washing off the boats and things. when they come in the evening time, trying to look at things in perspective to making improvements here instead of being just in a stall mode with that Carib Sands dock that we lost the good business with the tournament every year, and trying to get things going for that. So that's my discussion here today on the talk show.
Well, you think, though, you said you didn't know whether there was any kind of official permission granted for that dock, right, with the Carib Sands dock?
It had to be. It'd been there many years. It'd been there for decades.
Yeah. But, I mean, as things go now, I mean, can you see that there should be some kind of application for coastal works to see if, that things are done properly?
Yes, but once they do it, they go back and repeat the procedure, drill down into the bottom there and put back down the pilings, big PVC pipes post down in the bottom. It looks like what happened, erosion underneath collapsed the pilings, sunk the pilings. They went down, twisted them out, and the dock just got twisted up, leaned out, and tilted on the side. And eventually they had to remove sections of it. So that's a very important thing to the economy to get that Carib Sands dock.
But then you want to do that in such a way that that's not going to happen again, right?
With the bad weather, I mean, with hurricanes passing, you cannot predict for that, or you can prepare. Yes.
Or you're talking about erosion. That whatever is supporting the dock was eroded.
That's what it had appeared to be. Some of the pilings had settled down, and the dock sunk lower in some areas and twisted up. That's because of the heavy seas coming in inside, over the reef and inside that area.
Okay. So you're saying that you really can't prevent that if you got a big enough storm going?
Yes, it can be built to withstand storms. Going down deeper down into the seabed and putting them larger and filling them with concrete. Yeah, that can withstand a lot.
Okay.
The Black Reef Hotel, I don't know if you remember, outside, just inside the reef there in front of Black Reef, they had a nice dock out into the sea, and they had a large building, like a huge cabana shed over it, and that all got destroyed.
That was out at the end of the dock?
Yeah, at the end of the dock at the Black Reef. You seen that? You was around? Right, okay. Yeah, well, Paloma destroyed that. That was very nice for the tourists to go out there, and locals and everything. That was very nice. Yes, sir, and back to the war now. Things are flying up there with the attacks. And they've been hitting innocent ships that are not involved with they're there. And the surprising thing is, remember I was on here a few weeks ago telling you that ships would be getting out from there and coming this way?
Yeah.
I was exactly right. On the 7th of this month, a giant tanker came out of there loaded with Saudi crude oil, Arab crude oil, Arab light and Arab medium from Ras Tanura, the world's biggest oil port. It got out there on July the 7th and is heading this way to pass south of Grand Cayman early next month.
So
do you know barrels of Arab crude oil? There's another one right behind her.
Do you know?
Out there.
Do you know if they slipped through the blockade, or were they?
Yeah, they slipped through the blockade. Right. Some of them was hugging the coast and switch off their AIS, automated identification system, where
so they went dark.
Could track them. Yes, correct, and turned off their lights in the night. Many of the ships have gotten out unharmed like that. So with America exporting up to 13 million barrels of crude oil a day, and those two ships got 4 million barrels on board of Arab crude. So it shows you how the world trade operates. America has enormous amounts of crude oil, but still they're importing again from all over the world.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yes. And the Ruby-sized tanker that brings our fuel, prices used to average $20,000 to about $28,000 a day. Now, some of them is averaging $33,000 to $37,000 a day to charter a Ruby-sized tanker, and some of them are earning up to $45,000 a day. So things are just getting worse. For
Yeah, it's a shooting war once again.
Yeah, correct. This blasted war is making things worse for every one of us, with having to pay higher prices with everything. And whether or not it's caused that they're using the war as an example why things should go up.
Well, Raymond, thanks for your update.
Yes, sir.
I got to take a little break here.
And it's 93 degrees now in Cayman Brac.
Hot.
Very hot. Very hot, and seaweed is out there. Sargassum is by the hundreds of tons floating around. And the south side coastline is messed up with it. Hundreds of tons along the coastline.
All right, Raymond, well, you have a good afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
All right,
Bye-bye.
you take care. Got to take a break. Be right back.
Did you know that Doctors Hospital provides urgent care services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? And Doctors Hospital's urgent care physicians have access to the most advanced MRI and CT imaging in the Caribbean, providing reliable diagnostics when you need it most. When you need quality urgent care for an illness or injury, Doctors Hospital is here for you 24/7. Whether it's a migraine, chest or abdominal pain, shortness of breath, broken bones, or another urgent need, Doctors Hospital at the top of Walker's Road. Urgent care right now.
Did you know that you can send money transfers to financial institutions anywhere in Jamaica with JN Money?
You mean I can send money straight to my account and cut out the middleman?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. You send your own money to your own account, giving you peace of mind that the money is in your account.
JN Money Transfers to Financial Institution is another convenient service offered by JN Money. You can have this done from any JN Money location. Deposit your money straight to your account without the hassle of asking someone to do it for you. JN Money Transfers to Financial Institutions, making life easier.
The 6:15 Weather Report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by CG Britcay. Insurance, health, pensions, life, where people come first.
JN Money and Appleton presents the Jamaica Independence Celebrations on Friday, July 31 at Compass Green with an all-day food fest. Come out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and enjoy your favorite Jamaican dishes. The nighttime concert features Jamaica's #1 comedian, Dufton Duffy Shepherd, local rising star singer Shay, and all the local dancers and performers, and the Kids Talent Contest. Admission is absolutely free with lots of prizes and giveaways. See you at the Compass Green on July 31 for Jamaica Independence Celebrations. Sponsored by Popeyes, Best Dress, Water, Excelsior Biscuits, Maggie, Suppligen, Grace Foods, Wellies, Rodney's Car Rental, White Construction, General Automotive Services, iCool Air Conditioning, Radio K-Man, and Breeze FM.
We should never be disloyal, but stand up and keep strong.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Talk Today. And we're taking calls. We have our open line going from now on till the rest of the show, down until 2:30. And just back to this text here that was saying, how Native Americans have basically more rights than, other Americans. And I was trying to do some research here on the fly. And what I brought up here saying that that Native Americans don't have more rights than other Americans. but they do possess a unique legal status because they belong to sovereign, self-governing tribal nations recognized by the U.S. constitutions. Native Americans have specific political and treaty rights, such as eligibility for specialized federal health care and certain resource rights on tribal lands. They pay taxes, like other Americans do. And as far as special Native Americans having special rights and privileges, they're not granted special rights. The Native Americans instead, it is recognized inherently it is recognized inherent political and sovereign rights. That's the better way of looking at it. These rights are grounded in historical treaties, the U.S. Constitution, and federal law. They recognize Native American tribes as being self-governing nations. Key rights and distinctions include sovereignty and self-governance. Federally recognized tribes act as domestic dependent nations. They have the right to form their own governments, enact laws, establish tribal courts, and regulate activities on their lands, such as getting gaming operations on reservations. Treaty rights. Many tribes negotiated treaties with the U.S. government in exchange for their ancestral lands. These treaties often guarantee perpetual rights to hunt, fish, and gather on specific lands and require the federal government to provide services like health care and education. Native Americans are both citizens of the United States and citizens of their respective tribal nations. This legal status creates a unique political relationship with the federal government rather than a race-based privilege. The federal government operates under a legal obligation to protect their tribal lands, resources, and treaty rights. Specific laws such as the American Indian Religious Freedom Act protect traditional religious practices, access to sacred sites, and the use of certain ceremonial items. So a lot of those things are not really applicable to the Cayman scenario. I mean, if anything, our colonial status is with the UK is more like what the Indian reservations are in the States. But a lot of those things only apply on the tribal lands themselves. So I can't see, looking at that sort of thing as far as how do we do that in Cayman here. And we like I was saying, the situation with the jobs, of course, is not where jobs are being permanently taken away from us. All these jobs that are being held by people on work permits are seen as being temporary, because the whole idea is that if a Caymanian becomes available, they have become qualified and can do the job, then they are able to replace that work permit holder. And it was also mentioned in that text about the number of people, and it didn't specify whether it was high school graduates or college graduates not having employment. But one of the problems with people who are among the unemployed in Cayman, and this comes directly from the Economics and Statistics Office, among the people that they have identified as being unemployed, the vast majority, over 70% of them have only a high school graduation. Now, how many passes that they have, as far as how many subjects they passed when they did their exams, that's another question. So they came out of high school, have not gone any further to educate themselves. Even though you got UCCI out there, ICCI is also available to further your education, but they have not gone any further. So you have to ask why. Why have you not sought to further educate yourself? And that group that only have a high school education make up over 70% of those that are identified as unemployed. And in our economy, if you don't have something beyond high school, it's very, very, very difficult to get employment beyond the most basic of jobs. Jobs that a lot of people may say, I don't want to do that. But what are you qualified to do? You got to take some step to try and prepare yourself in the Cayman economy of 2026 and beyond. You can go in and do construction, but do they want to do that? You have to have some kind of skill, some kind of trade, and that is available. We hear calls for trade schools, but while it's not a specific trade school, quote unquote, there are training programs for people to take up trades, again, right at UCCI. And the trades, if you're not an academic kind of person, you're not an intellectual, you're not going to be in finance or being a lawyer, having a good trade, you can't beat it. Wherever you go, you can probably get a job. And look at the tradespeople in Cayman. Vast majority of them are work permit holders. It's 2 o'clock, and that means it's news time.
We are Radio Cayman,
covering Cayman Brac, Little Cayman, and Grand Cayman.
1 in a million. From Radio Cayman's newsroom, this is Headlines.
The Headline News is brought to you by Kirk Market.
With your latest headlines, I'm Elizabeth Charles. Travel and Leisure has profiled Cayman Cookout under the headline The Most Iconic Food Event in the Caribbean, focusing on the festival's beachfront setting and star chef lineup. In the write-up this month, the magazine says next year's 4-day event at the Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman will combine a Caribbean getaway with high-end food from A-list chefs, intimate dinners, hands-on masterclasses, and collaborative tastings, of course all set on 7 Mile Beach at the resort's 5-star property. In international news, Iran-backed Houthi forces in Yemen say they will impose a maritime blockade on Saudi ships, opening a new front in the regional war and adding pressure to already volatile global energy markets. The statement comes as Iran and the United States continue trading strikes around the Strait of Hormuz, in a cycle of attacks and counterattacks that has killed at least 3 American service members since Friday and hit targets in Jordan, Kuwait, and Bahrain. In other news, a U.S. judge has ordered a pause on Paramount's $110 billion acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery. Reuters reports a coalition of states led by California won the order today, arguing that letting the merger close would irreparably harm competition by creating a media behemoth with the power to raise film and television prices. Those are the latest headlines. I'm Elizabeth Charles.
www.radiocayman.gov.ky. Check out our social media pages: Facebook, YouTube, X, formerly Twitter, Radio Cayman Headline News.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Welcome back. Here's a weather update for you. Current temperature in Georgetown, 89 degrees, feels like 103. And we have winds out of the northeast at about 11.5 knots with a relative humidity of 71%. And the forecast for tonight calls for partly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of showers. Temperatures will be in the 80s, low 80s, and winds out of the east to northeast at 5 to 10 knots. Seas running at 1 to 3 feet. The next high tide is at 4:03 this afternoon, and we'll have a low tide at 10:04 tonight. Sunset at 7:04, and the outlook: light dust haze is expected to intrude on Tuesday afternoon ahead of a tropical wave expected late Wednesday, when there can be an increase in cloudiness and showers with possible thunder through Thursday. And that's the latest on the weather. Let's take a look at the National Hurricane map here. We have Tropical Depression 2 in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, or is it Gulf of America? Whichever. One of them. And that is of no concern to us, but it has maximum sustained winds of 30 knots, and it is moving northwest at 3 knots. So we got a little something brewing in the Gulf there, and hopefully we won't have anything brewing in the Caribbean anytime soon. And we'll just have a quiet hurricane season. At least that's what I'm hoping for. Well, we're coming down into the home stretch here for Talk Today. And if you want to get some calls in, now is the time to do it, because we're open line and we're open to discussion of just about anything. So pick up the phone, give me a call. And the numbers to call, 1-800-534-8255, courtesy of Flo. You can also reach the studio at 949-8037, 949-6990, and on WhatsApp, 925-3261. And what's going on? Let's see, we just, was it Friday? We had the agriculture people in, and they were talking about, safety and especially poultry farming. and that was quite interesting about what goes into keeping agricultural endeavors safe, especially with the eggs and cattle. And now I see a story here. Infectious poultry disease detected across Cayman farms in the compass here, and it's a highly contagious disease. What's it called? Infectious coryza. It's a bacterial respiratory disease that affects chickens, and it's been identified on at least 3 to 4 commercial farms, infecting approximately 700 birds, as well as impacting the wild chickens that go running around. So, not to worry though, that does not make eggs or poultry meat unsafe to eat. Officials say can cause significant financial losses, of course, for those poultry farmers. We do have a caller on the line, so let's take that call. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes.
You know what, Charlotte? I was wondering something. I know we always have this conversation around the availability of land in Cayman and the possibility of it running out, for the next generation of Caymanians.
Right.
So I was watching the social media, and you have these shows comes on about different people that move, to different countries. And I was watching one that's based on the Philippines, and foreigners are not allowed to buy property there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
At least, yeah. And, so they can, lease. I think they can lease, they can rent. But as a foreigner, you're not, most of the ones I watch, I did watch one when this lady said that she was able she and her lawyers were able to find a loophole. But the general...
Lawyers are good at that, huh?
But the general consensus is that, by law, the property that can be in your name. It has to be in your Filipino spouse name.
Right.
And then it can pass on to a Filipino. But I'm just wondering, I'm just thinking, I was thinking about the, Cayman and what's going to happen if there's something like that Cayman can look into where they kind of secure the land for the next generation. I just put it out there.
You mean to put a moratorium or a ban on foreigners buying land in Cayman?
I don't know how it would look like, but should certainly look at it to see how they can secure the Cayman Islands for the next generation. Yeah, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I thought I'd put it out there.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, real estate has been, almost a part of the whole economy in Cayman. So I know putting something like that in place, you're going to get a lot of pushback.
I know, but you know what? What's going to happen? The price is already way too high as already. So sometimes you have to lose a little bit of the war to win the fight to win the war.
Lose the battle to win the war.
Win the war. There you go. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes you have to give up some things in order to win the war in the long run of things.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, it's just food for thought.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling.
All right, great. Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, there are places, that do that, and I did a quick search here, and the lady is correct. No, foreigners cannot directly own land in the Philippines. This right is strictly reserved for Filipino citizens and corporations that are at least 60% Filipino owned. And however, you can legally own condominium units, lease land long-term, or form a Philippine corporation to purchase property. So, yeah, you can't own the land, but you could own a condo, I guess, from what I'm seeing here. But to try and put something like that in place in Cayman, that would be quite a battle, I would say. And we are losing land to, as far as Caymanian ownership, because people from overseas, I mean, they're even buying land. They're buying land on scene. They have money that they want to park someplace. They park it in real estate, right? And they look at Cayman as a place that is safe to do that, and they buy something for $1 million today, and 5 years later it might be $2 million for that same piece of property. They see us as a place where the value of real estate has constantly increased, and so it's a safe investment to put it in property. Might even, I guess it does. Thinking about it, give you a better return than just putting it in the bank. And of course, as far as the taxes go, probably, a little better way of conserving on any kind of tax obligation, rather than putting it in the bank. But yeah, I mean, I've heard of wealthy people buying up vast tracts of land out in the eastern districts, land that might not necessarily be a place that the average Caymanian might even want to buy, because it might even be hard to get it, because you have tracts of land out there that they don't have a road running by it. So to get a loan to buy it, that's one of the obstacles that you would face, that there's not access to the land. So it might be hard for you to sell it again. Well, let's take this call. Let's go. We're gonna go to the break, and caller, hang in there for me. We're gonna be right with you after we do this break.
Freedom, Cayman Brack. Freedom, Little Cayman. Soft breezes, blue waters, no traffic. Unwind and rejuvenate your mind, body, and soul. Sister Island Staycations, a taste of freedom. Discover all that our sister islands have to offer.
Looking for fresh, healthy food that's full of flavor? Then you've got to visit Kirk Market. Our dishes are made with fresh, high-quality ingredients. Enjoy vibrant mixed greens or satisfying pasta salads. Or try one of our delicious grill options like blackened chicken, spicy beef steak, or grilled salmon. Looking for something light and flavorful? We've got sushi rolls and poke bowls prepared daily. And don't forget to explore a hot bar or Billy Fresh salad at the salad bar. Stop by Kirk Market today for breakfast, lunch, or dinner and taste the difference. Eat well, live well with Kirk Market.
The countdown is on. Join us on Saturday, 11th July, 7 p.m. at the historic Pedro St. James for an unforgettable evening under the theme Starlit Shores. Watch 6 outstanding young Caymanian women take the stage as they compete for the prestigious title of Miss Universe Cayman Islands 2026. Experience an evening filled with elegance, confidence, culture, entertainment, and inspiration. Tickets are available now on Ticket Plus and at Funky Monkey. Join us as we enter a new era.
Diamond shining in the tide.
Meet our stars. They've trained, practiced, and prepared. Now they're ready to shine. On Saturday, August 8th, witness the journey of our 6 remarkable contestants at the 42nd Annual Miss Dean Cayman Islands pageant. Come to the Lion Center and show your support for these inspiring young women as they vie for the title. Early bird tickets are just $40 at Ticket Plus, Winner Circle, and Funky Tanks. Don't miss the moment. A new queen is crowned. See you at the Lion Center.
Radio Cayman's Talk Today. What is on your mind, Cayman?
Yes, that's what we want to know, and let's go straight to the phone lines. Good afternoon. You're on the air with Talk Today.
Good afternoon, Mr. Charlo.
Hi there. How you doing?
Hope all is blessed with you. I hope you're not one of them mourners for the Argentina either.
No, I'm not mourning. They beat my team, so that's what they get.
Well, that's what they get. The best man always wins. All right. Well, I'll tell you what's on my mind. Earlier, I heard you reading something about what America did with the Indians, basically by helping them out, basically, and giving them rights to certain things that most of them aren't privy to, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not quite how the person who WhatsApped me described it, but they have their sovereign lands and.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, although they are different from us in the terms of the agreements of how they got that, right?
Yeah.
That agreement.
Uh-huh.
But they went through some atrocious things and all that.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay, well, coming back to what the caller was trying, or the writer was trying to notion to you was, we need some protection for Caymanians because, as you rightfully said, we're outnumbered at least by almost 3-1. Expat versus Caymanian, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And as you see, Cayman is not a rubber band. We're not stretching, we're not getting no bigger, yeah? And you read out something saying about with the bank statement that they said about the jobs in the world.
Yeah, that was the World Bank report.
Okay, well, in Cayman, we have about 400 or 500 students coming out every year. And not all of them can go to tertiary education, to go to university, college, or whatever it is. Some are looking to start working right now. And a lot of the opportunities are gone because our permit situation, which is supposed to be a succession planning thing, that basically if we don't have Caymanians readily available for that job, we're supposed to upskill and uptrain somebody within 7 or 9 years that could take over that position. So when we bring that permit person, it is not a permanent fixture.
Yeah, it's a temporary employment, really.
Right, but we aren't doing that because it's not working. That permit situation isn't working because I'm in an industry that I've seen people roll over after 9 years and come back after a year to that same position. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking anything of that you need some degrees or anything for. I'm talking like gas pump attendants, people who work in certain areas. But a lot of people can say, "Oh, well, Caymanians don't want the job." That's fictitious. That's not true. That's not true. They keep on trying to paint that narrative that we don't want the job, but that's not true because I see a lot of people applying for those same positions who are Caymanians who are not getting a chance because a permit person is there already, right? But I say that to say this. I digress. I say that to say this. With that same kind of thing of the rights, I think that there should be something fixed here that is going to help generational Caymanians going forward. Like, we should be paying cheaper than everybody else. That's my belief. Land shouldn't cost us what land costs an expat. Even in Cuba, as bad as Cuba is, when you go to Cuba, they have peso and they have CUC. What the Cubans spend is the peso. What the foreigners spend is the CUC. It equivalates to $24 or $25 difference Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And so basically, if I pay $1 for something, they are going to pay 60 cents. And I believe that's the way it should be in our island right now because we are outnumbered. We are very much outnumbered. And
You don't think
as
that would be
see,
kind of difficult how we live here, though?
no, it's not difficult. Not difficult. Listen, Cayman is a model that is like no other. We keep on saying if we don't do certain things, they're going to run. They ain't going nowhere because there's nowhere in the world that they could go and live in this kind of paradise, this epidome that we have here. We still don't have burglar bars on no windows. We have over 130 odd different nationalities and how much ethnic different religions. And we don't have no unrest when it comes to that. So, yeah, we totally different. We're cut from a different cloth. So when they're telling me that they can't do certain things to make Caymanians first, that's something wrong they're telling me. And they've been telling me that all my life. And all my life I have learned now that that is a lie after 50 years. I know that's a lie. We could do a lot of stuff to help Caymanians, but we are on this, before we are on this dollar chase because Caymanians have no natural resources and we don't export nothing. So we depended heavily on people coming here and inputting and doing businesses here and all this money going through Cayman. But at the same time, where does it stop? Cayman don't stop after they get their riches, because we're still populating. The generations are still going on. I have grandkids that I hope that they will have grandkids here also. Yeah?
Of course.
So we have to prepare something from now. You think if we give away everything to people who can afford it just because they can afford it, we're going to give away our own national or our own nation, give our own birthrights to people who don't care nothing about it just because they can afford it and they don't have to pay taxes on it. That's not right. We have to nip it in the bud. We have to stop this now because it's, when I look at a piece of land, a small, not even a half acre, 0.3 of an acre costing you almost $200,000. And I'm not talking in a great neighborhood either. What is going to cost a Cayman to build on top of that? They would never qualify. They would never qualify.
Yeah, well, that's
so we have
the
to
problem that we're facing, where people can't, get their foot on the first rung of the ladder as far as owning property.
Yeah, because we're not giving them a chance. We are not giving them a chance. Yeah? I am 50 now. I never go to no tertiary education. I never go to university college. Yes, I'm a phenomenon, as they won't call me, because I work myself to where I am. I'm a homeowner. I take care of my kids. I have 3 kids. I have 2 grandkids. And I take care of my kids. And I'm a single parent. I'm a single homeowner. Yeah?
Yeah.
So it's not, they're going to say, oh, well, you're not a regular Caymanian because you work hard and you don't look for no handouts and all kind of thing. But they have many more like me. So I want them to stop using that beating stick that, oh, Caymanians don't want this, Caymanians don't want that, we feel entitled. They keep on using these words, and words are power, and you know this because you do this reading and stuff, right? Words is power. What you speak out there, it attracts that same energy. If you speak positive out there, it attracts a positive energy. If you speak in spewing negativity onto the people, they're going to take on that same notion and believe it, that they are like that. And I don't believe my people are like that.
You're talking about, making it possible for people to buy property and such. I mean, do you see that we should actually restrict who can own property in Cayman, that sort of thing?
Well, at the moment, as I said, beginning, Cayman are getting no bigger. We're actually getting smaller, but our generations are going on. But what are they going on to? What would they have to receive? You have one man, I see right behind the gas station by Browns.
Yeah.
Where they clearing all that land.
Yeah, I noticed that the other day. All that land is cleared out behind there.
That's not a local. That's not local. That land was sold years ago. It was swamp. Nobody really wanted it. Just like where Cayman Bay is. That was all mangrove and swamp. Nobody really wanted it.
But they had
But he
the
sold
means to fill it in.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of money they did to fill that in too. I don't think no one entity here have the kind of collateral to have done anything like what I see there. But at the same time, we can't just give it away because somebody have money. We have to think about our future. I saw that, but you have kids, Mr. Charlo, right?
Yeah, they're grown now.
Yeah, but
Got
I
grandkids. They're
sure that one day they're gonna want to come back here, and they're gonna want a piece of Cayman too. They're gonna want to have their stake here.
yeah.
When the world out there can refuse them, we cannot refuse them here. But what are they going to come back to? A civilization that they no longer recognize? A civilization that they no longer could be a part of because they can afford to be a part of it? It's wrong. Because if I didn't have my grandkids and stuff, I wouldn't be thinking this way. I'd be thinking selfish. I'm okay. I have my house. When I die, my house goes wherever it goes. Yeah? But I cannot think that. We have to think about the future. I want my grandkids to have grandkids.
So you have ideas on what we should be doing then?
Yes, I have an idea. Certain mortgages for Caymanians should not be at the same percentage when it comes to interest as the expat. It should not be. We need to, that rollover policy, we need to put that back a couple of years because our rollover policy is set to make everybody Caymanians because a Caymanian is a status holder, right?
Yeah.
That is the law.
Yeah.
So if I give them 9 years in the country, they automatically qualify on that 9 years to apply for PR or status. Is that correct?
Yeah, once they can reach certain requirements, yeah.
Yes, but that 9 year is the first requirement of working here. Yes?
Yeah.
I think we need to roll that back to 5 years. Put it to 5 years. Put it back to 5 years. We cannot, 99% or 80% of the workforce that we bring here, they're from third world countries or they come from lesser than what Cayman is basically when it comes to economics. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But yet we give them a way to be here permanent. Look at NAU. Half of these people who are at NAU, they got their residency and their status from working at a gas station or working at certain minimal jobs, labor jobs. But they're working for the 9 years. They come to where they cannot qualify to have this status, so they get the status, and then after they can't afford to live here. So who that falls on?
Well, working at that level though, it's hard to get permanent residency at that level.
It's hard, but not impossible.
Yeah,
it
true.
happens.
It's not impossible.
It's hard, but it's not impossible.
It's a lot harder these days than it used to be.
Well,
and some of those people that you're talking about, they were here a long time ago, and found themselves in a position where they could apply.
And what the government's saying about taking this land ownership off of one of the points for the PR, I believe that because we have people who don't even know where Cayman is that own land here.
Well, listen, we got to pause and we'll have to continue the discussion at some later date because I'm out of time.
I understand that, so you have a great day, sir.
All right. Thank you for the call, though. You take care.
Just some food for thought. Just some food for thought.
Yes, sir. All right. You have a good one. Yes, it is 2:30, and that means my time is up. Thank you for tuning in and calling in. I'm Charles Glidden. One love.
Talk Today is brought to you by the Ministry of District Administration. Explore your history. Explore your land. Explore your sister islands. And Doctors Hospital. Peace of mind is important when life happens. Doctors Hospital. Always there for you. Call 949-6066.
I can see you over there staring.